Properties, Device. Alright, we're going to switch over and use this. Unless I can fix the other thing. There we go. This is an excellent start to the stream. Sound settings, input device. You're not even showing up, are you? Let's plug you back in. See if that makes any difference. Okay. Here we go. Okay, that should be working now. Have we got sound? Is it coming from here? Properties. How are we doing? Is this working? This is working. Excellent. I'm just going to knock that down a tiny bit. Can you hear me now? Excellent. Good stuff. Right. So, I'm going to do something new and different and with Blazor, because I want to build something with Blazor and I'm kind of excited to do interesting things with it. And so, here is my plan. I've got this OBS Studio running over here. And you watch other people's Twitch things and they've got mad overlays and things that pop up and people can make things pop up and all this sort of stuff. And they're doing this with Stream Elements or Streamlabs or whatever. And I thought I could learn how to use one of those things, which sounds boring, or I could make my own, which sounds like fun. And so the plan is to build a Blazor application, which is going to have a page, which is then overlaid on the stream, and it's just transparent. And then be able to say to it, display this image and play this sound and play this animation and do that sort of stuff. And it'll display things on top of the stream because you can just put a browser source, effectively a browser page, over your stream in OBS. And so that is what I am going to do, and that's what we're going to build, and we're going to do it in Blazor, and it's going to be amazingly good fun. So, and the working title for this is going to be Overblaze. See what I did there? So we're going to say Merkda Overblaze and cd into that, and then we're going to say .NET new SLN, and then we're going to say .NET new Blazor server. So I'm going to do this using Blazor server. I've been thinking about it all day, and there's Blazor server and there's Blazor WebAssembly, but what I want is the sort of the process running on my machine is going to be the central thing, and there'll be a page open in a browser which can be used to control it with buttons and things saying, hey, display this image, do this, do that, do the other. And then there'll be the page that's overlaid onto the Twitch stream, which will actually be displaying the graphics and all this sort of stuff. And if we use the Blazor server model, then you can send a request into it from one place and it can just automatically update the page on the over the stream. If I did it with Blazor WebAssembly, sexy though that is, I would have to have the WebAssembly kind of talking to the server to say, hey, what should I do now? What should I do now? What should I do now? So I'm going to try it with Blazor server. So we're going to put that into src/overblaze and .NET sln add src \that. And then we're going to open this up in Rider. And I'm going to make myself small mark, yep, trust and open. Rider's got this brilliant new thing now. When you open a solution for the first time, it says, hey, do you trust this solution? Because people do horrible things and put horrible things into solutions, and then you open them and they run PowerShell scripts with full permissions on your machine and stuff like that. So it's quite a good thing. Right, so we've got we've got pages in here, and we've got index.razor and all this sort of stuff, and then we've got our shared here, and we've got our main layout.razor, and we've got host.cshtml. Okay, and so index.razor, I don't know how these things pick up that they are main layout. Let's find out. Well, let's just to start off with, I'll show you what this is going to look like. So if I run this, then this is going to look like this. Okay, now if I move that off there, and I'm going to go into my OBS, and I won't drag this onto the screen because otherwise it'll just look weird. You get the infinite regress thing. And I'm going to add a browser source, and I'm going to call it Overblaze and say OK. And this is going to go to https localhost:5001 and like that. And there you go. You see, it overlays the page, and so it's just sitting there doing stuff and going, hey, how is Blazor working for you, and all this sort of stuff. So all I've got to do, that's got to be a different size. Let's properties. Hang on. Full screen projector, source, windowed projector, properties. So 16:9. So if we make it 160:90, like that, and then nope, not that. So properties 1600 by 900. See, that's huge now. So 800 by 450. That's about right. No, it's not. It's huge. Why are you so huge? Okay. Anyway, gonna shut that off for a minute. So yeah, now from here I can make this do interesting things. And so we are going to add page, add page, and we'll call this overlay. Like that. Nope, that's not what I want. Yep, delete that. Add Blazor component, overlay, and it's going to be a page, and then we'll say yes to that. Right, here we go. And then in here, we're going to have all the logic that's going to do our interesting things. So let's go and find an interesting picture. You can stop trying to reconnect to the server, and then let's go to what can we use as an interesting overlay picture. Perry the platypus, images, and tools, type, color, transparent. There we go. So open image in new tab, and I'm going to save this image as d::Twitch overblaze src overblaze root Perry the platypus PNG. Okay. So then in here, we are going to have an image, src equals at, so down here we'll add a string image source, like so, and then we'll say let me remind myself, on initialized async, override on initialized async. And then in here we can just say image source equals / Perry the platypus .png. Return task.completed task. Hey Conficient, how you doing? Thanks for dropping by. Good to see you. Okay, so there we go. Evening, Surly Dev. So now, in theory, we want to make style equals width colon 50 VW. So that's 50%. I'm using non-initialized async because I might want it to become async, and so it's easier just to start with it like that and return a completed task. But yes, thank you for pointing that out. And position absolute and how do you set X and Y? I've forgotten the CSS for setting a position. I haven't done front end for such a long time, it's ridiculous. CSS position X, Y. Top and left, that's it, yes. Top 25 VH, left colon 25 VW. Okay, so if we run this now, and go to /overlay, there we go, he pops up. Don't you get annoyed at the chat ding? If I don't have the chat ding, then I don't know that you're talking to me because I'm terrible. I'm rubbish at going, is my sound only wired up to the left channel? That is entirely possible. I don't know. I can switch. I have no way of knowing whether my sound is only wired up to the left channel. But yes. Okay, so we've got the overlay thing is working there. I just need to get rid of everything else on the screen. Let's just edit configurations. I'm going to change this to Chrome and Blazor. No, I'm not. I'm just going to change it to Chrome like that. So then Blazor layout null. Disable layout for page under Blazor. Empty layout. Okay. Right, let's do that then. So in shared, I'm going to put Blazor component empty layout. And then copying and pasting from Stack Overflow, we're going to go like this and literally do that. And then in overlay, so host.cshtml has got just the stuff that we need to download, probably way more, but let's leave it in there for the time being. And then empty layout is just this. And then overlay, we're going to change this and say at layout, empty layout. Was that right? I need to update that message. We're not doing that anymore. Slash overlay. Yeah, there we go. I am only on left channel audio. I'm guessing that's going to be some kind of issue with this sound thing. I will figure it out off stream. If it's really annoying, I can switch to my old headset and use that for today, and then I'll figure it out by next time. But yes, who knows? Let's unmute it. There we go. Levels. No, just shut up. Right. You should be able to hear me again now. Okay. I'll figure it out for next time. I'm just going to be like this for now. Okay. So now, if I get rid of this. Funny. So let's change that to height can be because it's higher than it is. So we'll do that. 30, and then we'll do top is going to be 35, and left can be whatever. Yay, there we go. Right, and then if I go back to here and I go to my source here, and I change it to /overlay and say OK, and then if I show it, there we go. So that is being displayed from a Blazor application, and I can currently make it go away by turning the whole thing off and on. But we don't want to do that. What we want to do is add another page. Okay, so we are going to add another page in here. Add Blazor component dashboard, and that's going to be a page. And then this is just using the standard layout, main layout, index here, main layout, got the nav menu here. So I'm going to take this out. Now so CSS animations are going in, all sorts of things are going in. This is my little project to do on here for a while now, and we'll see how it goes. But to start off with, dashboard.razor. So what I want in here is a way for the dashboard to be able to talk to the overlay page. And so I am going to bring in, I'm going to add in a directory and call it services. And I'm going to add in a class, and we're going to call this controls, control bus. Okay, and control bus is going to have a private read-only channel of something. And we're just going to use, let's just use object for the time being. And then we're going to have a constructor, and we're going to say underscore channel equals channel dot create, unbounded will be fine, object, and then this is going to have new unbounded channel options, and it's going to be single reader is true, but single writer is going to be false, and allow synchronous continuations is also going to be false because we don't want that. Okay. And then we're going to say public async task, add async object obj. Wondering if you might want to do an ASP.NET community stand-up for Blazor Cocoon. That might be interested. They might be. Yes, I would absolutely be interested in doing that if that was what they wanted. I will reach out to them and talk to them about it. That would definitely be very interesting. And then in here we can say await underscore channel dot writer dot write async obj, and then we're going to have a public async async enumerable of object read async, and we're going to take a cancellation token cancellation, and then we're just going to say while not cancellation dot is cancellation requested. The app I'm writing, so this is an overlay for Twitch. There are things that allow you to do overlays on Twitch, and they're kind of controlled through the internet. So Stream Element have these overlays and all this sort of stuff. I want to be able to just bang images up over the top of the stream and sound effects and just do wacky stuff. And so I'm building this Blazor app, and it's a Blazor server app, and it's going to display stuff over the stream. And there's going to be a dashboard page that I have open on another monitor, which I can use to control it. But also it's going to have an API based on GET, which means I'll be able to control it from my Stream Deck, which can send GET requests to a web address. And then also I want to build in an IRC chatbot so that people who are watching... Yes, so yeah, building in the IRC chatbot that connects to the channel's chat, and then people can put in chat things, and it'll either respond to them or it'll cause things to appear on the screen, so people can heckle me with images and sounds and stuff. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be open source. I'm going to stick it up on GitHub and open source it. And the nice thing is that for coders and me and stuff, I can kind of add features to it. But I'm going to put in the dashboard will have a thing where you can say, okay, I want to upload this new image. And when you display this image, it should be at this position and this size. And then it'll just save that off, and then you can trigger it using the whatever the trigger is for it. But yeah, once it turns into a sort of actual reasonable usable thing, because it's just a .NET 5 project, and it'll probably be updated to .NET 6 at some point. CodeRush has a drone overlay. You can fly drones on his stream and collect coins. That sounds completely brilliant. And yeah, you know, maybe we'll get to there. Maybe we'll end up building games into it and all sorts of other stuff so that people can play Pong across. Actually, that would be cool. I should totally do this. People can play Pong over the sides. But no, the idea is that I can just build this as kind of 3 execute, so a Windows executable, a Mac executable, and a Linux executable. People can just download it and run it, and they're not relying on internet services, and they've got complete control, and it's hackable so that you can do interesting things with it. So yeah. So while not cancellation is cancellation requested, var next equals await underscore channel dot reader dot read async, pass the cancellation token, and then we can just yield return next. Now there appeared to be dot read all async. What does this do? All right, let's just do that instead then. So we'll just return underscore channel dot reader dot read all async cancellation. There we go. So that wraps this up nicely into a service. And then in my startup, I can just say, I can get rid of that for a start. No, I won't, because it might need it. Services dot add singleton control bus, like that. And then in my overlay page, so Blazor dependency injection, inject that as that. So at inject control bus. And I think we want to use on after render async so that we've got, no we don't. See, this is why we want this. So then in here we can say var await for each var obj in control bus dot read async cancellation token dot none, and then we can say if obj is, and now we need some control things, so insert class display image, and this is going to have a prop string path we could use a record for this. Should we use a record? Let's do this. String path int no, I'm just going to use a class. I'll do something interesting with records at some point, but this is not today. Does what need dispose? I don't know. Does anything need dispose? Overlay.razor. Okay, so we're going back to here. Prop string path strigner. Prop int question mark height prop int question mark width prop int question mark top prop int question mark left. Okay, and so what we are now going to have in here is we're going to have a list of display image underscore images equals new list of display image. If obj is display image underscore images dot add display image, and then up here we can say at for each var image in underscore images and this can be image dot path, and this can be actually let's make this easier on ourselves and we'll just do prop string style, and then we can control this from outside. And so in overlay, style is going to become at image dot style. Get rid of that. Okay, so we've got an image dot path and an image dot style. Control bus probably does need a dispose on it, doesn't it? Yes. I disposable. And then we will just generate a dispose pattern down there, and we'll say private read only cancellation token source underscore cancellation token source new cancellation token source, and then that's going to go into there. And then down here we can say underscore cancellation token source dot cancel. Blazor can implement dispose on components. How do you do that? Oh, there you go, implements iDisposable. So I could put my cancellation token on here. Override on okay, so let's go to at implements iDisposable. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is private cancellation token source underscore cancellation token source equals new cancellation token source. And then down here I can say underscore cancellation token source dot cancel. So when this is disposed, it'll get rid of this. And then in here, because this is never going to get disposed, is it? It's a singleton. So that's just stupid. Stupid, stupid boy. So we get rid of that. And we do that. And cancellation token. And we can just do this and get rid of this like that. And then in here we can pass in underscore cancellation token source dot token like that. There we go. That should dispose the thing properly. Right. And now in the dashboard, we are going to have a button with Perry, and we're going to say on click equals. So Blazor on click. Blazor event handling. Button on click equals, okay. So down here we're going to have a async task Perry click. And we're going to inject control bus. And then in here we're going to say await control bus dot add async new display image. Path is going to be something, and at on click. Thank you very much. There we go. And style equals something like this. And then we're going to just copy. So that was slash Perry the platypus.png, and style is going to be height colon 30 VH, left colon 40 VW, top colon 35 VH. There we go. So this is going to be on click equals peri click. Without the brackets, like so. Okay. So I'm going to go into dashboard here, and we've got Peri there, and I'm going to go back to OBS, and I'm going to refresh this. How can I get this to... If I just change it to this, and then change it back to /overlay. So we've got nothing in there at the moment. And now if I click Peri, nothing happens. Okay, so let's set some breakpoints. Peri, that's hit that breakpoint. So let's go into overlay.razor, and we'll set a breakpoint here. Peri. So Images has got this in. I'm guessing this is... Yes, that left menu purple gradient is showing up in a lot of demo apps at the moment, isn't it? I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, so the principle is working, but I think that the problem here is that do we need an observable collection? Blazor observable collection. Why not make it orange? Okay, right, we're using observable collection. From WPF. Okay, so observable, like so. Do I not need that? Hang on, let's run it again. Okay, so if we go to /overlay here, so you say change this back to list. And then in here we can say state has changed, like that. It doesn't seem to like the overlay thing now. I don't think we can do this kind of infinite looping thing in on initialized async. I'm not sure that's valid, although it seemed to work last time, so but it's not working now. Executes the supplied work item on the associated renders synchronization context. Okay, so we're going to do private async task controls. And then down here, we're going to do this. And then in here, we're going to say task.run controls. Do we think this is going to work? Because this is running on the server, so this is running in .NET. It should be fine. So this is going to run in the background. And this is now just going to say return task.completed task again. And then stop and run it again. So overlay, a task may only be disposed if it is in a completion state. Ran to completion, faulted or cancelled. Why are you... Why is dispose getting called? Oh, I've got deja vu. Seriously nasty case of deja vu. This has all happened before. All of this has happened before, and it will all happen again. Events raised by the service. That's not a bad idea. No, look, we got that there. That looks right. Just going to drag this up here. But yeah, I think you might be right. Events raised by the service. Let's just control bus. So we'll say public event action, no, func display image, comma task, display image. Let's leave it where we are for now. We can come back to that if it's too horrible. So dashboard. Let's just go back to here. All right, thanks for your help. Enjoy story time. It's a magical thing. So if we click Perry there, then overlay gets Perry. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So this, I'm going to dock this over here. Elements, select you. Oh, that was it. Position absolute. That was the one that I needed. So in my dashboard here, we're going to say position : absolute, like so, and then that's going to display him sort of in a random place. Except we are going to have a bool underscore perivisible, and then we're going to say if not underscore perivisible, add braces, get rid of this down here, underscore perivisible equals true. And then we're going to have another class here, which is going to be hide image. And then dashboard is going to say else await control bus dot add async hide, like that, and underscore perivisible equals false. So now it'll toggle on and off based on that variable. So and then in the overlay, we're going to say private async task display image Blazor seems to have adopted 2 spaces, or Rider seems to have adopted 2 spaces for Blazor, which is interesting. I don't hate it. And then we can change this up here to switch obj case display image await display image like so. Otherwise, if it's a hide image, and down here we're going to say private async task hide image image, and then we can say var current equals underscore images dot first or default I to I dot path equals image dot path if current is not null, underscore images dot remove current, and this again. And then this is going to be hide image like that. Can I get a shot of that? Get a shot of that like this. So yeah. Okay, so refresh this. That just did something there. So if I click that, there you go. Yes, I made that is that's on the stream overlay. And if I click it again, it disappears. Yes, this is brilliant. Turn Perry on, turn Perry off, turn Perry on, turn Perry off. Oh, I love it. It's fantastic. Okay, but I am inclined to think that that Conficient may be right, and a better way to approach this might be events. So I am going to say public event func of display image, comma task, display image. And then we're going to have a private async task run async, which is just going to do await for each var item in underscore channel dot reader dot read all async. Switch item case display image question mark dot invoke image yes. Case hide image image and we'll change this to hide and this to hide like this. Okay, so now that's got that thing there, and we're going to have a private read-only task underscore run, and underscore run is going to be run async, like that. And then the overlay here, we're going to take this out, and we're going to say control bus dot display image plus equals control bus dot hide image plus equals hide image, like so. Let's try this, and we can refresh this page. There we go. Refresh dashboard, and that works. And I think, yeah, I think that's better. I like that more. Okay, stop, turn that off. So then we can get rid of that and that. Like that. Excellent. Okay, so this is going well. I'm feeling good about this. So what we want now is a way to upload images at random and then kind of hook them into the system. Where are we? Pages, dashboard. Blazor file upload. Always follow file upload security best practices. User select single files. When one or more files is selected by the user, the input file component fires an onChange event and passes in an input file change event args that provides access to the selected file list and details about each file. Okay, so we are going to add in Blazor component, and it's going to be image upload, and we're going to have a form. So forms and validation. let's add a directory models, and we're going to add image model, and this is going to have prop int question mark width, height, top left, dashboard, image upload here. So we have image model, and then we're going to have an edit form. Model equals image model. On valid submit equals and we'll change this to be called image upload submit. Right, file uploads. So, use the input file component to read browser file data into .NET code, including for file uploads. The input file component renders as an HTML input. Component can request image file async to resize the image data within the browser's JavaScript runtime before the image is streamed into the app. Following example demonstrates multiple file upload. Okay. So we got an input there like that. Uploading files to a server. What's going on here? So we're going to have div class equals form group, and then we're going to have a label input number, value equals at image model dot height and then dashboard, we're going to go over to here and we are going to pop in an image upload like so. Where is this happening? Image upload. Okay, so we need at bind value. Is that right? Build. So something is going wrong here. Got to close at the end of on submit. So we have, look at that. Thank you very much. Yay for pair programming. So, edit form requires either a model parameter or an edit context parameter. Please provide one of these. Yes, it almost certainly is, isn't it? So let's do that. There we go. Right. Top and left, and then right up at the top here. Yes, yep, absolutely. And we'll do some refactoring and stuff. Oh no, we can get rid of that. and that. And then up at the top here, we can say input file. Edit configurations. Target framework, do that, that stuff there. Launch URL. It's going to be in here, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that completely, because why I would want IIS Express to be in here, I don't know. Launch URL is going to be https://localhost:5001/dashboard. Downloads. Actually, so we'll do this. Yes, launch URL probably can be that. I just want to make sure it goes to the HTTPS. Twitch, Overblaze, SRC, Overblaze, www.root, Perry the Platypus. And then I can put in those things there. Now, input file, on change equals on input file change. Create that as a method. Browser file. And then in here I can say underscore file equals arg.file. And I want another one of these. My image model is going to have a name, prop string name, and my image upload here, it's going to bind to name, And then in here, we can say debug dot write line underscore image model dot name. And set a breakpoint. And then in our code here, we can say choose file, Perry the Platypus, Perry, I don't have a submit. That would be super helpful, wouldn't it? And then we can say button type equals submit. Submit. So if we choose file, Perry the Platypus, call it Perry, and then click submit. And then this file yeah, cool. So we're going to add another service in here, and this is going to be image store. And this is going to have a public async task add. Stream and image model like so. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to create a folder somewhere hidden under app data or something like that. And so we're going to say private read only base directory string equals environment.get folder path roaming users profile, so local application data, and we'll move the initialization to the constructor, and we'll say var app data equals that, and then we'll say underscore base directory equals path dot combine underscore app data and over Blaze images. Stream and string content type like so. And then we're going to say var directory equals path.combine underscore base directory model dot name. And we are going to say directory.create directory like that, and then we're going to say if var file name equals content type switch image/png So we'll worry about JPEGs and all that sort of stuff. And then we'll say var file path equals path.combine directory, comma, file name. And then we will say await var file equals file.create file path. And then await stream.copy to async file. So that's stuck that in there. And then we're also going to say using like that, and use await using, and then we'll say await using var info path equals path.combine directory and info.json, var info file equals file.create info path, JSON serializer dot serialize async, info file model. So this is going to upload the file and then save the image model stuff alongside it, and do interesting things like that. So then we're going to go to startup and we're going to say services.add singleton image store, and then in the dashboard we're going to inject image store like that. No, we're not. We're going to do that in image upload. On valid submit, this can be a private async task, can't it? And then we can await image store.add async underscore file dot open read stream, comma, underscore file dot content type and underscore image model. like so. So then now, if I run this, choose file, Perry the Platypus, name Perry, submit, and so base directory is what you would expect it to be. That does that, this does this, that's written the file, that's done that, and that's done that thing. And so now if I go to percent app data percent, and I want local, overblaze images, Perry, yay, there we go. And that has got Perry, width, height, all that sort of stuff in there. Excellent. So now we can just use this. This is our image store, and we can hook this up to do interesting and useful things. Right, God, it's 8:45. We will put in name collision checks and validation and all that sort of thing. So we can do that in image upload Razor. So I will read up on form validation and things like that in Blazor. So where are we? Forms and validation. Business logic validation, custom validator. Business logic validation can be accomplished with a validator component that receives form errors in a dictionary, or Blazored fluent validation. Open URL. Fluent validation validator. Let's look at the sample. Sorry, I've got this up here. Samples, Blazor server, pages, index.razor. So fluent validation validator, disable assembly scanning. Yeesh. Validation message for that. Okay, so we have this iValidator person and a person validator. That's going to be in shared models, person. Okay. Right, there you go. That sounds like something fun to look at next time we stream on Tuesday next week. So let's leave that until then. I'm going to do a bit of Blazor learning and stuff over the weekend. Long weekend, not working, yay. And I think the first thing I'm going to look at is modal dialogues and see if we can do something interesting with that. But yes, okay, that's enough for tonight. I am going to have a nice long weekend with my wife saying clean this and take that to the dump and things of that nature, which is always fun. And I hope everybody else has, if you're in the UK or somewhere that's having a long weekend over Easter, then have a good one. And if you're not, then boo, sucks to be you. And yeah, I will see you all on Tuesday next week. Take care of yourselves and have a good time. Cheers.